Greetings family, peace, love, and black power. This is Guru and thanks for visiting my channel. Today's vlog is about a jealous rage that this killer had when this girl decided to leave him. And you'll never believe what he did. That's right, he killed her. He was just sentenced to life without parole for his role in a Target parking lot murder. Let's go to this vlog.
Getting the gun because it was already loaded. And I threatened her with it. And all I wanted her to do was talk to me and tell me to answer some of my questions and give me closure, more closure. And then I was gonna leave. I wasn't gonna shoot her. And then all I can remember is her all I can remember is her getting out the passenger side door, and then I shot her. She was kind of running, I guess, and then she stopped, and she turned sideways, and I looked at her, I saw her face, and she was just kind of like in a daze. I shot her the second time, right as she fell and was hit, like right at the same time as she hit the ground. And then when she started to fall, it's like my reaction was to shoot again. And that's when I realized that, you know, I must have hit her the first time. And then, because she wouldn't fall if it wasn't for that.
So family, you just heard the words from this killer. He confessed to killing her. His name is Donald Bricker. He's 29 years old. He was sentenced to life for fatally shooting Mariam Adebayo. I'm sorry, family. She's 24. She was 24, but he shot her in the parking lot. So there was an 8-foot projection screen that dropped from a courtroom ceiling. The surveillance video began to play, and from her seat in the second row, Cassandra Atkins, in court Thursday to watch her daughter's killer be sentenced, knew what she was about to see. The video showed how light it still was at 7:17 p.m. June 1st, 2015, in a Target store parking lot in Germantown, where Atkins' daughter, Mariam Adebayo, had agreed to meet her boyfriend, Donald Bricker, one more time. She was there to tell him for the last time that it was really over. And what she didn't know is that this ex-felon purchased a weapon, a gun, online because he couldn't purchase this weapon the conventional way. He purchased this weapon online, and the day that she met with him, he took it with her. They had a struggle in the car, and as she tried to get out of the car and run away, that's when he shot at her. And then you heard the story from him where he laid in the bed. I'm not going to go through this full article. I just got up to getting ready for work, so you know, my wife just made me some breakfast and whatnot, so I'm just trying to get this out pretty quickly. I saw it and it saddened me. But this case, not this particular case, but many cases like this, to me, should be a wake-up call for both black men and women, that when you do have relationships with Europeans, just understand that with their mentality at times, you may suffer at the hands of them just by leaving them, just by breaking up with them, because some of them really are not mentally stable. And unfortunately, Mariam Shade Adebayo, this beautiful African sister right here, she didn't know that. Even the mother, I'm going to read a part of what the mother stated, and then I'm just going to read a little bit of what the judge said to him, because it's really important to this vlog. Actually, the whole thing is, but I just don't have the time to go through the whole thing. But I did want to show you the video, something that was really pertinent to this story. Okay, the importance here is to speak about the victim, though. Like I said, her name was Mariam Shade Adebayo. She was 24. She was a vivacious, recent college graduate with a wide circle of friends. She met Bricker online. He was a high school graduate and a felon, which prevented his buying a conventional weapon. I said that earlier, but could be charming and seemed devoted to her. That devotion turned to obsession, with Bricker texting her relentlessly and showing up unannounced to her work. When she broke things off, he couldn't handle it. Again, I was just mentioning that about how mentally unstable some of them can be. Quote, "You were in a jealous rage," Montgomery County Circuit Court Judge Joseph Dugan told Bricker. Quote, "You didn't want anybody else to have her because you couldn't have her. You snatched from this world a wonderful person. You ruined the lives of her friends and her family, and you ruined the lives of your own family," unquote. Bricker's parents cried during the sentencing hearing, as did rows of Adebayo's friends and relatives. So Judge Dugan, he was incensed that after hearing Adebayo's mother address the court and cry about her love for her daughter, Bricker did not apologize to her when he had his turn to speak. Bricker spoke relatively briefly of Adebayo's, saying, and he says, quote, "I'm very remorseful for what happened. I never meant to do what I did." Yes, you did. He described seeing autopsy photos of Adebayo. "I just couldn't comprehend what I was seeing. I don't think I ever will." Yeah, he's waking up to his reality of what kind of monster he is what it is. And he can't believe he's that kind of person, but he is. So basically the judge finished by saying, you know, quote, "You had a chance to listen to her mom pour her heart out in this courtroom. Not one time, unquote," Dugan said after Bricker spoke, "did you apologize to her for taking her daughter's life. The closest you came, and I thought you were finally going to get to it, is when you said, 'I've apologized to God. I've apologized to the air in my cell.' But you never one time apologized to that woman, her mother, for taking her baby girl from her. Not one time." Cassandra Atkins, her mother, spoke in court for 18 minutes reading from comments she had written. Quote, "If richness was judged by smiles, she would be the richest person who ever lived," unquote, Atkins said of her daughter. She was a princess. The daughter of African immigrants who grew up in Germantown, Adebayo was popular in high school, earning the title of the most talkative in her senior year. She graduated from the University of Maryland at College Park and had a job with a healthcare company and was looking into graduate programs in occupational therapy. The mother stated to him that Atkins also addressed Bricker, saying, "It is beyond the human imagination how one day you could love a person and another day pull a gun to end their life," unquote. You know, that is very powerful, and that's so true. And even as black people, unfortunately, we often do that to one another. And I'm going to read this again. Quote, "It is beyond the human imagination how one day you could love a person and another day pull a gun to end their life." Well, she continued, quote, "I trusted you with my daughter, even though I was clueless of your background. I guess she was comfortable with you. You claim you loved her, you held her, and you kissed her, and you touched her. Well, guess what? I did all that and more. I lost a life that was cherished for a little over 24 years. She said that her daughter speaks to her, telling her that she is taking a rest and telling her not to cry. So all I can say, family, is I'm saddened to read this. It is an unfortunate situation. Again, especially black women, you too. Be careful. If you decide that this is what you want in your life, understand that you're risking your life. This is Guru. I really appreciate your time watching. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, peace, love, and Black Power.